So Griffin, I'm sure you've heard this a lot all day today, but when you first got the script in the mail with the title "I Love Dick,"
Uh-huh.
what did you think?
I, I, I didn't need to read anymore. It was, I couldn't agree more. Let's do it. Uh, what I really saw instead of the title was underneath Jill Soloway. And I thought, you know, I hope I love this. And I couldn't believe how much I loved it. So yeah, and then I came on at the last minute of this project. The day before the table read, and then everybody was going to go off to Marfa. So yeah, and it's a title. A lot of people are going to be saying it.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about your character. Who is Silver?
I play a guy who is a intellectual, very a kind of creative, thoughtful person who's been doing writing books that are highly respected on a variety of subjects. Very serious criticism for a long time in a marriage that's been going on for about 14 years. A somewhat younger woman, who Catherine. And the marriage is getting stale, and I play a guy who's looking forward to going to Marfa, Texas, to finish my book and write a grant, for a grant I've received, and in my field I have a certain degree of success that my wife has not achieved in hers, which creates some tension, and so when she comes along for my grant, sort of piggybacks on my adventure. It's something I really kind of wasn't looking forward to. But find that our marriage and our sexual relationship is reawakened with this obsession she has for Dick, Kevin Bacon, Richard.
Why do you think he causes your marriage to reawaken so passionately?
Well, I think Silver sees something, realizes, is almost hijacked by something that he never knew about himself, was that there was an innate fantasy he had, a very powerful fantasy he had about picturing his wife with another man. Personally, I can't relate to that, and I didn't do a lot of research to find it, but it somehow, in the private world of the bedroom, it really shot up their game, and it was it was an experiment, and but it leads to other unexpected places.
Well, how did you find your way into this character, since it was something that you couldn't?
Well, that was one of the few things I didn't relate to. Everything else, I kind of, from the moment I met Catherine, I never had such an immediate connection with another actress who I was to portray such a history with. We had to have such a strong sort of backstory without having it be in the script, and we never even had to discuss it. Somehow we just sort of connected so quickly, and I understand what it's like, as you're getting older, and I understand what a stale relationship is, and a desire to reawaken both your art and yourself, your own discovery, and when your curiosity ebbs, that excitement of discovering new things, and so there were a lot of themes in this that I found personally very relatable.
Yeah, you talk about him, about exploring new things and feeling revitalized. You kind of see that in his dealings with the young girl
Mm-hmm.
that he meets.
India.
Yeah, can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, I think it's a heartbreaking scene because he sees this young girl who he also sort of presumes is quite attracted to him, which makes him feel very very attractive himself and about himself, and he loves the flirtiness of it and something so new. And And when she describes the dark, dark kind of what he sees as twisted things that go on in her mind and how she's using it in her art, it's so upsetting to him. He suddenly looks at her like his daughter, like somebody, even though he didn't have a kid, but like a young girl who's like just so damaged and hurt. And he feels, will be comforted by his words that she's just so pretty, which was taken by, so he realizes just how out of touch he is with someone that age, who finds that compliment offensive, and he realizes just how out of touch he is, and how he misread that situation so completely. And I think it makes him feel old and irrelevant.
Shooting in Marfa, Texas, what did that add to the show?
Just texture and character. It was like acting with another character. It really was. The local citizens were integrated with the production and in the background and in the foreground of the shots, and we all hung out with each other. We all have. I have a lot of new Instagram buddies, people in Marfa. Then and we really developed. And when we went back, after having not been there in months, it was like old homecoming. I've never. I think because of that size of a town, I never had such a sort of intimate relationship with a location before.
And working with Jill Soloway, what was that collaboration like?
That was one of just nothing but like trust and joy, and she just allows us. She's very clear about the rules, that there are no rules and there are no mistakes, and everyone is wanting to do their best work, and you've got to presume that about the other person, and go have fun, go find yourselves, go fucking go crazy, just be present.